What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about astrology. Alright, so when I first had my spiritual awakening, I never really cared for astrology like that. I'm not gonna lie, there was times where, it would come across my mind. I would get those downloads where I'm like, I need to start looking this stuff up, because it's good to know what you are. You should know what you are, right? So I'm like, all right, time goes by. I never do it. I never get around to astrology. I just didn't mind it. It's not that I didn't see it important, because on a subconscious level, I knew that everything goes hand in hand. I knew that everything connects with everything. Like, everything goes hand in hand. Everything connects with that thing, like everything's all connected. So on a subconscious level, I knew that astrology was important, but I never knew how important it was, and it never held any importance in my life until about a couple of weeks ago. That's when I really started to dig into astrology. And even now, I'm still like surface level information. There's nothing new under the sun. I'm not finding anything crazy so far, but at the same time, there's things that I'm finding out right now that I wish I would have known like a year ago when I first started this journey, because it really would have helped me understand myself better. And that's what I feel like astrology's here to help you do. It's here to help you understand yourself. It's here to help you, I like to look at it as like an outline for your personality. And you're supposed to fill in the blanks however you wanna, So, that being said, personally speaking, I never found astrology to be that important. I'm not saying that it's not important, because it definitely is. And I just wanted to bring you guys like a basic leveled information video, something that anybody could grasp, something that you could just watch while you're driving, while you're at work, something, nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna overload you with a bunch of information. I just want you to take all this basic information and run with it. Do your own research and figure out what you are. Figure out what your personality is. Figure out what this stuff means to you. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. I'm gonna be looking off to the right of my screen, and that's because I have my notes pulled up on my MacBook. It has a bunch of information that I want to make sure that I get out in this video. I find that when I have bullet points, it's easier for me to formulate my thoughts. And not only that, it's easier for me to just formulate my message and get out what I really want to get out without missing any key information. So, let's start off with the sun sign, right? The sun sign is represented by the place and time you were born, and it refers to the placement of the sun on the exact moment you were born. And what is the sun sign? You may be asking, what is the sun sign? Well, the sun sign, it represents our strongest traits. It represents our conscious mind. It represents our will to live. The sun is basically our ego. It's our ego, as well as the main point of the reasons for making decisions, So that is your sun sign. I would say, as well as many other astrologers would say, the sun sign is the most important sign you need to know. So that is the sun sign. There are 12 signs in the zodiac. 12 signs in the zodiac. Without me looking to the right, I'm going to try to name all of them. Ready? Aquarius, Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo, Libra, Pisces. Those are the 12 signs, and I was right. Each sign has a essence. An essence can be cardinal, it can be fixed, and it can be mutable. And each sign has an element. It could be fire, earth, air, or water. So keep all that stuff in mind. Next, we're going to talk about an essence. What is an essence? There are 3 essences. Like I said earlier, there's cardinal, there's fixed, and there's mutable. Based off my knowledge, right? And let me scroll down here a little bit. So the 4 cardinal signs, right, is Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Cancer. The 4 fixed signs are Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. The 4 mutable signs are Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. So, again, you may be asking, what is an essence? So, a cardinal essence is, they're described to be, how are they described to be? Because I don't want to, misinterpret what an essence is. So, cardinal signs want to be first. They want to be first, and they want to be in charge, and they want to be running the show, every single show, especially if it isn't theirs. And, before I go any further, I just want to say I got a lot of my information came from the book Astro Poets. So I just want to state that before I go any further. I don't want to, get into copyright issues or whatever. I don't even know how that stuff works, but just wanted to make myself clear. Even if the show isn't theirs, they want to conquer. They crave followers and can get very frustrated if things don't fall in line easy. Signs like Aries, Cancer will feel deep love for one another's can-do attitude, but they are destined for power struggles. They tend to fight. They tend to find a way to fight. Fixed signs are exactly how they sound. Fixed signs are exactly how they sound. They stay put. They never change. They like routines. They like things to be in order. They like things mapped out. They tend to be very loyal. They tend to stay put. They don't like change whatsoever. They try to avoid change at all costs. And due to their loyalty kind of blinds them from... Their loyalty to you may blind them from the fact that you're doing something shady. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how loyal they are. That's how constant they are. That's how set in stone they are. They don't want to change whatsoever. So you'll find it to be common with these signs to be in relationships with cheaters. These signs oftentimes tend to be in relationship with cheaters because, like I said, they don't like change. They don't like to be alone. They don't like to change. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but that's the whole premise of it, right? So, when we talk about mutable signs are like the fun ones. And mutable signs, just so you know again, mutable signs are Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. So these signs tend to be the fun ones. They tend to they're like the life of the party. They're the life of the party. They can be thoughtful and serious, while at the same time playful and entertaining. So cardinal signs will steal the show, fixed signs will attend the show, and mutable signs are the show. In the karmic wheel, all essences work together to make harmony. So you see how all these things just go hand in hand. They all correlate with one another. that's going to be the recurring theme with not only astrology, but life, you know? So all this to say, and this is what I said in the beginning, all this to say that your chart isn't your fate. It's more so just an outline. It's an outline for you to figure out who you are. You have to understand that we are influenced by a multitude of forces, and a sun sign is only just one part of it. All people, no matter what their sign is influenced by their own free will. And your sign doesn't decide your fate. There are many other things that decide your fate besides just your sun sign. So, just wanted to say that once more before we go any further. And just to recap, you know, you got your 12 zodiac signs. You have your essence, cardinal, fixed, mutable. We said that the sun sign is your ego. It's your strongest characteristics. It's the your will to live. We said that the cardinal sign was the sign that wanted to be the center of attention. They're stubborn in their ways. We said that the fixed sign is stuck in their ways. They don't like change. We said that the mutable signs are the fun ones. They're like the life of the party. And I just wanted to repeat all these things so you know where I'm at, and for you to make that connection in your head, because I find it, for me personally, I find it easier to teach people, telling them what it is, and then asking them what it is, so that they can so that they can pick up on what I'm trying to say. So let's go further. What is an element? There are 4 elements in a zodiac: fire, earth, water, and air. They fall in that order along the karmic wheel, repeating 3 times to make 12 signs. Every sign has an elementary influence, which drives people's motives and actions and can give you an idea of somebody's nature. If you're confused about which traits you should associate with each element, consider your associations with that specific element. Meaning, what kind of relationship do you have with that person? Do you find that person to be like an idea giver? Do you find that person to be, you know, a motivational person, somebody that gives you motivation? Or does that person ground you? Does that person help you reflect? You know, so take all those things into account and really try to figure out, decipher the difference, and try to figure out which one is which. And I'll help you right now, because I know you're probably thinking, oh, well, how am I supposed to know which one's which? You just told me things and you expect me to know. So if somebody's grounding you, right, if somebody's helping you reflect, that person's probably an earth sign, because earth has to do with grounding, right? If that person's giving you ideas, if that person's giving you motivation and ideas and ambition, that person's probably a fire sign, because fire is passionate, fire is fiery, it spreads, it wants, you know, that's fire. Fire is just ambition, it's hunger, it's grit, it's a go-getter, you know? So that's what I mean by association. So that being said, what is a moon sign? A moon sign, no person is just their sun sign. In fact, each person can be thought of as a kind of fingerprint of many different planetary influences. Just as the sun was in a particular constellation at the time of your birth, so were the other planets. There are indeed ruling planets that influence us generationally and spiritually. One key to understanding a person's motives is knowing their moon sign. If your sun sign can be thought of as your ego, your moon sign is your ID. It's what moves you to do things when you're acting on your first instincts without complex thought. It's what your base emotional response to is in a situation, or what you might do in a situation if you're more tired than usual or altered in some fundamental way. It's the essence of your interiority distilled into one. like a you can tell this is somebody else's words. This is not my words. And I want to say that again, all right? This research, a lot of this research came from a book called Astropoets, and a lot of the things said is written by them. So I want to say that my goal is just to push the information to my subscribers so that they know what they are, you know? So like a shot of unadulterated personality. That's what a moon sign is. A shot of unadulterated personality. So your moon sign. Not much to really say about that one. You basically heard it. It's what moves you to do things. And it's like it's your emotional responses to certain situations. So a lot of people may appear to be cool, calm, and collected, but when you put that person under pressure, will they still be cool, calm, and collected? That's what the moon sign is. It's seeing how you react emotionally to situations, whether it's losing a job, struggling financially, facing conflict with coworkers, facing conflicts with your girlfriend, facing conflicts with family members. It's your emotional side, because the moon represents feminine energy, right? So, yeah, that's the moon sign. Let's move on. Let's go on to the rising sign. Your rising sign is your social mask. Social mask meaning who you are in formal or professional settings. So it's a sign that people often see first, and it's a sign that people often base opinions on. Many astrologers don't really put any importance on a rising sign because, 9 times out of 10, your rising sign is just a facade. It's just what you put on in front of people you don't know. Your rising sign, it's just really not, it's not that important because most people, they're not their rising sign once you get to know them. They're not their rising sign anymore once you get to know them. They put that mask down because once they get comfortable, once they start to be themselves, that's when they can put the mask away. So out of everything that I said in this video, the rising sign is probably the least important thing you need to know, but still important, because whereas there's people that whereas there's people that have that mask, at the same time there's people that just don't put on that mask. They're just their authentic self naturally all the time. And that just goes back to what your sun sign is. Whatever your sun sign is, whatever your main ego is, whatever your personality is. So keep in mind, there's a lot of factors that go into this. A lot of things that may cancel out, if that makes sense. A lot of things that may not make sense at first, but again, this is just a basic informative video that I wanted to make for anybody to understand and for anybody to just take it and run with it. Do whatever you want with this information. If you don't believe in astrology, that's fine. That's totally fine. If you do, more power to you. Do some more research. Figure out any question that you have. And let me see if there's anything else that I want to say. Oh, back to the rising sign. Your rising sign or your ascendant is the planet that was on the eastern horizon at the moment of your birth. So that's for anybody that wanted to know. And that's pretty much it. That's all the research that I have as of right now. I just want to show you guys like how I did it. I just have like my notes here, and I just wrote a bunch of information. And again, I've said it like twice. A lot of this information was found in the book Astro Poets. I don't know if any of the authors are watching this video, but I want you to know that I was using your information to spread to more people. I wasn't using your information to claim that it's mine, because it's not mine. Without your information, I wasn't able to make this video. So that being said, I think I got everything off my chest. I think I said everything that I needed to say. Yeah, take the information, do whatever you want with it. I hope you're able to figure out what your sun sign is. I hope you're able to have a better understanding of astrology just in general. And it's definitely interesting. It's something that I want to study more and more as I, gain knowledge and gain time in this life. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Peace, love, positivity. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Peace.